that's where we're different. We got different trauma. So you can't really look through my eyes because you do things
bother
different.
You that much?
No, do I look bothered?
Yeah.
I'm bothered what I'm bothered about is you're speaking in front of people confidently and you don't have the experience or the knowledge. And also, I'm afraid that white people think that we act like you. Right? Because when you say kids, I was like, and it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you just act a little.
A problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not.
What if I told you the most explosive feud in hip-hop media just got darker, louder, and a whole lot messier? Yeah, I'm talking about Charlamagne the God and Dame Dash the unfiltered legend versus the self-proclaimed culture gatekeeper, and this time, things didn't just get personal, they got nuclear. Sources are calling it one of the wildest meltdowns ever caught off camera, and the internet. Oh, it's on fire. People are picking sides, receipts are flying, and now even the industry elites are scrambling to control the damage. But here's the real question. Did Charlamagne just expose the truth about Dame Dash? Or did he go too far trying to save his own image? Because if what I'm hearing is true, this wasn't just another Breakfast Club moment. This was calculated, strategic, maybe even dangerous. And get this, minutes before everything blew up, someone close to the situation claimed there were leaked voice notes, private calls, and a mysterious tape that could end careers overnight. Coincidence? Or cover-up? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you're gonna see why. People are saying this beef might change hip-hop media forever and possibly expose the kind of secrets nobody was supposed to hear. So,
you know what I'm saying? So when I hear things about Dame, it seems like people only tell the bad side because the person who has the most money is on the other side. That's the part I don't like, you know? So when I hear certain things, I don't like it. And I would want to know.
So let's rewind for a second because this whole Charlamagne and Dame Dash chaos didn't just come out of nowhere. It has been boiling quietly for years, like a storm waiting for the right moment to explode. And now it finally did, and the internet cannot stop talking about it. Charlamagne, the man who made a career out of stirring controversy and asking the kind of questions that make rappers lose their temper, has finally met someone who talks back louder than him. Dame Dash, the Harlem businessman who helped build ROCA fella and never lets the world forget it, has always seen himself as the real boss. Not a follower, not an employee, and definitely not someone who lets the media control his story. These two have crossed paths before, and every time it happened, it left behind a trail of awkward silences, angry memes, and viral moments. But this time, it hit different because what started as a few slick comments turned into something that looks like a full-blown media war. People say it began when Charlamagne made a sly remark on his radio show about certain washed-up moguls still living off old glories. Everyone knew he was talking about Dame, and within
Feel about you know, them guys talking about Dame and Dash, your fellow Harlem guy, since you're from Harlem.
Who was talking about him?
Steve Stout and Shannon Sharp.
Oh, I did see.
minutes, Dame went online posting one of his infamous rants about fake masculinity and corporate puppets. That post didn't just stir the pot, it flipped the entire kitchen. Suddenly, both of their fan bases were at war, dropping edited clips of past interviews, calling out hypocrisy, and even digging into old business beefs. Then came the whispers about a leaked file, a mysterious tape that Dame allegedly mentioned during a live chat with friends. He said he had something that could expose how deep the corruption in hip-hop media really goes, and that certain people were terrified it might come out. And of course the internet lost its mind. Charlamagne's name started trending. Fans began connecting dots, pulling up every shady moment from his past, saying maybe this is what Dame was hinting at. No one knows what's real, but the timing felt too perfect to be random, and when Charlamagne tried to brush it off on air, his fake laugh told everyone he was nervous. Now, it feels like this is only the beginning, and whatever happens next might not be just about pride, it might be about survival. Things started to spiral fast after that because the story stopped being just about two loud men arguing and turned into a full-blown circus with everyone from bloggers to wannabe insiders claiming they had the real scoop. Suddenly, screenshots started circulating, showing what looked like payment receipts between media companies and anonymous accounts that were allegedly pushing anti-Dame stories online. People called it a smear campaign, while others said it was Charlamagne's team cleaning up a potential mess. One alleged insider claimed that a private investigator had been hired to track down whoever leaked the rumor about the tape, and that it led back to someone inside a major radio network. Another supposed leak claimed there was a deleted voice message where Charlamagne was heard saying he would make sure Dame never gets another platform again. The internet treated every word like gospel. Even though nothing was confirmed, but the more people denied it, the more believable it became. There was even a fake report floating around saying a hidden folder was discovered on a backup drive connected to a former employee labeled Dashgate, with audio clips of heated conversations between industry power players. Nobody could prove it was real, but that didn't matter. The suspense had already done its job. Then the wildest twist came when an anonymous Twitter account posted a blurry photo that looked like a hospital bed with the caption, "They tried to silence him." People instantly linked it to Dame, claiming he had been hospitalized from stress after a heated phone call with Charlamagne, and within hours, hashtags like "Pray for Dame" and "Cancel Charlamagne" flooded every platform, while gossip pages milked the moment with dramatic captions like "Hip-hop's darkest secret is about to surface." The tension grew thicker when one of Dame's old friends supposedly went live saying the tape exists, and that it involves conversations people never expected to hear. He claimed it showed how certain radio figures were blackmailing artists and controlling narratives for corporate sponsors. It sounded unbelievable, yet believable enough to keep everyone glued to their screens. Charlamagne went quiet on social media for 2 days, which only fueled more suspicion. People began to say he was in meetings with lawyers trying to contain the damage, and that silence said more than any denial ever could. By the time Charlamagne finally reappeared, the internet had already built an entire conspiracy theory around him and Dame Dash, and every second of silence only made the story grow bigger. He showed up on his morning show acting calm, cracking jokes, pretending like nothing happened, but his eyes told a different story. People noticed how he avoided certain topics, and how he changed the subject whenever someone mentioned Dame. It looked like a man trying to hold his image together while the walls closed in around him. Meanwhile, Dame was quiet too quiet, and that quiet felt louder than any rant he had ever made. Some fans said he was recovering, and others whispered that he was preparing something major behind the scenes. Then came the so-called leaks. People started sharing audio clips that claimed to be from the mysterious tape, and though nobody could verify them, the voices sounded familiar. One clip allegedly had Charlamagne discussing how certain artists were kept silent through contracts. Another had an argument between two executives about paying off media outlets. It could have been fake, but in the court of internet opinion, it was already real enough, and every influencer with a camera turned it into content. Suddenly, what started as a personal beef had turned into a digital witch hunt. Brands began to panic. Sponsors reportedly told Charlamagne to keep his head down until things cooled off, and there were even whispers about internal investigations inside his radio network. The whole situation was turning poisonous, but instead of fading away, it kept growing. Fans demanded the truth. Interviews were rewatched frame by frame for clues, and old clips of Dame warning about media corruption started resurfacing like prophecies. The irony was brutal. The man once mocked for ranting about hidden agendas now looked like he might have been right all along. But the real twist came when Dame's team allegedly sent a private message to a few reporters, saying he was ready to talk on his own terms, and that when he speaks nobody will be safe. That one line reignited everything. People now believe the tape will surface at any moment, and until it does, everyone in the industry is holding their breath, wondering who will fall next. So here we are, standing at the edge of what could be one of the wildest stories hip-hop media has ever seen. Charlamagne is silent, Dame Dash is plotting, and the internet is waiting like hungry wolves for the next move. Whatever happens next will either expose a truth nobody was ready for, or prove that sometimes the loudest noise hides the biggest secret. And you know we are going to be right here breaking it all down piece by piece, because this is bigger than gossip. It is about power, control, and who gets to tell the story first. So what do you think? Is Dame Dash really holding the evidence that could change everything? Or is this just another perfectly timed distraction? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's see who is bold enough to call it how they see it. And if you want to stay one step ahead of the next twist, hit that like button, share this video with someone who still thinks this is all a coincidence, and subscribe, because when the truth drops, you will want to say you heard it here first. Stay locked in, because the next chapter is already being written.